Hello world, have you ever thought to yourself, exactly how long are the maps in TDS? Well, I haven't. Until very recently at least. I have been trying to beat hardcore on Black Spot Exchange with 2 other people, and decided to record most of the gameplay bits in it for hardcore ranking. And I thought, how long does the Void Reaver take to reach the other side? So, I have decided to figure out how to calculate every map's length. And it's surprisingly easy. Let me explain a bit. So, the enemies in TDS use the humanoid's walk speed variable to decide their moving speed. But how do we get that information, you might ask? Well, the answer lays in the new index, where we can get exact information about different enemies' humanoid walk speed variables data. Humanoid's walk speed value directly means how many studs per second the humanoid moves at. By spawning in a quick and timing it, we can accurately calculate a map's length. We just need to use an enemy's walk speed and times it by how many seconds it took from start to finish. And we should get a somewhat accurate answer. For example, it took abnormal about 34 seconds to walk Black Spot Exchange. So 34 times 3.5 is about 119 studs. With this, we can calculate almost every map's length. I can't do stuff like Headache HQ, because I don't have admin Game Pass. But, what is the longest map in TDS? Well, we're about to find out. I think it's Necropolis, Fungi Island, or Unknown Garden. But I got no clue on the shortest. Anyway, this took me a long time to make. Hopefully it's good. Maps will be in order from the sandbox menu. As far as I'm aware, nobody has covered this subject. The only info I found was this thread on fandom, and apparently Eggrypted has done so rudimentary comparisons for years ago. But I will show some cool stuff I found out about map lengths and average map lengths for the difficulties. Anyway, the first map is Honey Valley. Honey Valley is the only very easy map, being very long and loopy, similar to Polluted Wastelands. Being very easy, it has obviously a long track, however. Somehow Honey Valley is shorter than the average easy map. More on that later, but I will include Honey Valley as easy for consistency. Honey Valley is only about 203 studs long, being shorter than I thought. Easy maps have surprising differences in map lengths. For example, Toyboard is only 156 studs long, being the shortest easy map. And Fungi Island is the longest at 260 studs long. However, the average easy map is about 210 studs long. Fungi Island is pretty much the easiest easy, as Honey Valley is considered very easy. Not much other to say about these maps in general, as they all have good ground and cliff placements with longer tracks. After easy maps in overall difficulty comes normal maps. These maps have a somewhat long path and still good ground and/or cliff placements. Most normal maps are around the length of easy maps, except they have worse placements. One of the longest maps is Moonbase. Moonbase is considered normal, even though the path is a massive 280 studs. This is because the map has terrible placements, making Pursuit and Ranger the only viable towers. Shortest normal maps are Sugar Rush and Stained Temple, both at around 150 studs long. These two are really compact and have great placements, so they are normal. And after that is hard maps. Hard maps are usually far more challenging in 2 ways, mainly by way worse placements and secondly, shorter paths. Here is where I just lost all motivation to make this video, as CapCut, the app I use for editing, decided to move a lot of my most used stuff over to the Pro version. And I ain't paying none for these videos to use the default black transition. So I just didn't touch this for months. However, I will release this, and add all the map lengths in the description, and not continue this video. I will probably start releasing new videos soon. That's me for now, bye.